Another month has passed and it is time for me to set up my bullet journal for the month of November. So October was a bit of a month for me. For those of you who've been following my channel for any length of time, you will know that my October has been all over the place. And we'll talk about it as I flip through October before we get into the actual setup. So let's just get into it before I start rambling and heading off into some new direction. Now, I started this Scribbles That Matter journal in October. A page that I started this way because I kind of screwed it up. And I kind of want to do another November entry page. I just haven't decided what I want to do. So hopefully by the time I'm done flipping through, I'll come up with some idea. And then here is my monthly calendar and task list. I actually managed to get quite a few things crossed off the task list, even though I didn't get everything I wanted to checked off. But again, this month has been intense. My minister at church had retired on kind of a last minute basis, although it was last minute, but at the same time, not last minute. And so as board president, I had to make sure to get a new minister into place, which thankfully we did. That took up time. And then I live in Napa and I lost at least a week and a half to the fires because we didn't have power. We didn't have cell connections. We didn't have Wi-Fi. And for a big part of it, we were worried we were going to have to evacuate. So that was what I was focused on. And this is my blood pressure and my habit tracker for the month. I did not give them a very good go of it because I couldn't find my blood pressure tracker, and which I have now ordered a new one, but I was like, fuck it, I'll just start it in November. Same with habit tracking. By the time I was done with the fires and everything, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start again in November. November is a start again month for me for certain aspects of my bullet journal. This was supposed to be a sadness diet collection for the renal diet that I am starting to move towards because of my kidney function. I'm moving towards end-stage renal disease, and I wound up thinking this was not going to be enough space. So instead, I put on the shows my husband and I decided to watch over the last couple of weeks. We figured that these little short seasons are perfect for us. And then here were my challenges, two of my challenges for the month of October. I had tried doing some really shitty lettering and I got sick of it. So I had this Halloween situation from the Erin Condren seasonal surprise box, and I just cut that to cover up my shitty lettering because I was like, ain't nobody got time for that. But I did lettering every damn day, which is my challenge, and you can find the prompts for this both in the Llamas Love Lettering group on Facebook and on my Instagram, and Inktober. And then the other challenge I did was the Oh So Cute Doodles challenge, and I did a little doodle every day, and here's the list. I wound up with my lettering, with my Inktober, and with my Oh So Cute Doodles having to catch up and do 15, 20 days at a time once the fire, because I was just so wrapped up in the fires and the crisis at my church that I just didn't get anything done. I was like, screw it, I'm just going to do them all at once. If you are interested in seeing the little time-lapsed videos of me catching up on all three of those challenges, you can find them on my Instagram at Llama Letters. Looking at this, my favorite I think is my Hell's Nah for candy corn, because that's how I feel about candy corn, because it can suck. And then my most recent one was I drew this black hole to represent the internet. I hope you all understand where I'm coming from with that. And then this is my Inktober spread. And I really love how it turned out. Even though, again, when I time-lapsed it and caught up on 20 some odd days, I wasn't really paying attention to accuracy or fanciness. I was doodling as quickly as possible with whatever came up on the top of my head. And what has turned out is this kind of existential, strange mix of things. And for the challenge I'm going to do add on in November, I think I'm going to follow this same kind of format to see if I can come out with something even cooler looking than this, because hopefully I can actually take some time and add to it every day. But now we get into the actual bullet journaling. This is a new notebook, so it's bigger pages than the one I had used previously. So I turned my time tracker on its side, which I'm still not sure if I like, because it's harder for me to kind of read it. Each little section is an hour, so there's 2 squares. One needs half an hour. And it just, I don't know, it doesn't look quite as good to me as doing it vertically, but it fits the page better. So for now, I'm just gonna stick with that until I can decide what else I wanna do. And then I added this thing to track what I needed to do for work during the week, and I just didn't use it. I really wound up not using it and liking it. So this was the only week you see this. All of my categories stayed the same for the month of October, except I added one extra, which is recover. Because with my kidney disease and how big my kidneys are, there are points during the day when the chronic pain just takes over and I need to just chillax, and it didn't feel right using like fucking off for that, because I'm not, even if I'm farting around on social media, fucking off, watching TV, really, I'm not doing that because I'm just naturally fucking off. I'm doing it because I need a break. So I needed to kind of distinguish between the two. I really liked how this turned out with the block lettering and kind of all over the place. As you can see on Friday, which is the weekend that we really started dealing with the fallout from my minister retiring and making her announcement, I stopped time tracking because I was just like, I didn't have time to time track. This Sunday, this was the 8th, and that night was when the fires started. That was when my bullet journaling kind of went pew. So here is my lettering challenge for the month. I added 8 days here because the first day of October was a Sunday, and I did horror movie icons and also some non-horror movies. That's Winifred and Mary and Sarah, the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus. I love horror movies, and so it was a lot of fun. I did find out I spelled some of their names wrong in the challenge, but you know, whatever, what can you do, right? So we did that, and right about here was when, again, I had to start my catch up when I came back to it as once the fires were over with. And then one day when I was stressed out that first week before the fires started, but when I was dealing with the fallout of the stuff at church, instead of doing something I was supposed to be doing, I took a few minutes and I swatched out all of my Tombos. I have the 96 count set, the full Tombow dual brush pen set, which I love and I've had for a couple years. It was a Christmas gift. And so I swatched them out because there are names to all of the colors, but they're not on the pens. All there is a number. Got the chart from Tombow that gave me the names, and I put the names, the number, and then a swatch so that I could easier tell which colors I wanted. And the one that got me that I just could not was this color for Scarlet. I was like, that's orange, bro. That's orange. And then also swatched out the twin tone markers, the pastels and the brights, because I was like, hell yeah, I might as well keep going. And I'd like to add more swatches to this. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And then here is Friday 10/6. This was the last day that I bullet journaled before all of the things went to shit. And 10/16 was when I picked it back up again. And I was using these Simply Gilded washi tapes, the little ghosts and everything, because I love them so much. I just wanted to use them. This actually, I lied. This is what I get for assuming I know what's in my bullet journal. I actually used this work calendar twice. And this was the second time. And you can see here I didn't barely cross anything off at all because I did not pay attention or whatever. You know, I just didn't like using it. It just didn't feel right. And you'll see here that there's some churchy as fuck shit. This whole week is like churchy as fuck, and it's because of all the things going on. And you'll notice that in the next week too, I think. More Llama's Love lettering. I particularly like how Jaws came out. And then more catching up all over the place here. And then these were some notes that I took at a board development day that I went to that week. And I got some looks as to like my note-taking process. But I was like, you know what? This is just how I like to take notes. So they're in here, and I actually have them marked in my index. And then here's some more as well. And then here is the week previous to this one, and there's lots of church sprinkled throughout it. I changed out the work calendar for this little thing, top priorities for the week. Like they could be work, they could be church, they could just be all over the place. And this worked out really well. I managed to check them all off. It felt real good. It fit really well. And I liked putting the washi on here. Like I said, I wanted to use up the ghost washi as much as I could. One thing you'll notice on this week is a whole day of Friends. I actually got to see Ain't Too Proud, which is a musical that was making its debut in Berkeley at the Berkeley Repertory. It's a life story of the Temptations, and it was directed by the same dude who directed Jersey Boys, and was written by a woman of color, the entire cast, except for like one or two people as people of color. It was awesome, and I hope it makes it to Broadway. So now you know, if it becomes famous, I saw it in its original run. And then here is almost the end of my entire Llama's Love lettering. I loved Carrie with the blood. It was just like, bleh, yeah. And then this is last week's bullet journal, and I absolutely love how this turned out. It's still my little like note-taking, like to-do list situation, but I added these banners, and I think I'm going to do a little banners for beginner video at some point this month. Here is some notes that I took on a phone call with a transitions consultant for my church, and a list of stuff that I had to take care of right then. And then I continued for this week just to keep bullet journaling beyond it because I didn't fill up this page, and I figured why waste the space. All this is the same. I think this is from Michael's. And then we have, of course, my lettering for the rest of October. Michael Myers had to be the 31st because Halloween. And that's where I'm at. I just took a quick break to have lunch with my kids and try out some holographic embossing powder, which has now officially gotten on top of everything. So that is a side note, but if you see any sparkly glitter, that's probably where it came from. That is where it came from, because I just freaking glitter bombed myself. Kind of got my setup figured out for what I'm going to do for November. I don't need to do a weekly setup or lettering for the week because I already did those things. This is going to be my November kind of cover page, and this is going to be a page to do some lettering for gratitude every day for the month of November. Now, I was kind of anti doing the lettering challenge, grateful/thankful, because there are so many of those, but I have seen people do the thing where they letter something that they're grateful for every day on like a page, and it might be one of those things that I'm doing because it sounds like a good idea and I don't wind up doing it later, but I figured why not give it a try, right? And then the rest of this is going to be very similar to the other setup. All I'm going to do is create a header for what I'm grateful for, and that started there, and then it can just become a page for that. I will add something for today while I'm working. My first thing I'm grateful for, Bonnie, is the minister who just retired, and I am very grateful for the time that I got to have with her. I grabbed this nice kind of mix of fall looking colors. I'm going to take this brown and I'm going to put it on this acrylic block, and then I'm going to use this red to pick up the brown, and I am going to letter the word November. Oh my God, is this not going to fit? It's not going to fit. Damn it. And it's bleeding through because I pressed down so hard. I am having a grand old time. I have this other Scribbles That Matter journal that I started the year out with and I've been using as a tester. I am just going to cut out some paper, some page from it, and cover this up and try again. I just need to use my little planner glue stick. I use this one from Prima. You've seen me use it before if you've watched these videos, because I tend to cover things up, and I don't care if I screw up. It doesn't bother me if I screw up. Well, I mean, it does bother me if I screw up, because then it's like, shit. I don't care if it's not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect, but like when the name of the month won't even fit on the page, that's beyond not perfect, and that's into the world of like, oh, shit. So might as well leave this glue stick out, because you never know when I'm gonna have to use it again. We're gonna try it again, and I know that it bled through a little bit. It's just gonna be how it is. Oh my God, that almost didn't fit again, because notice it got big as I went along. So I'm just gonna add that, and that makes it look a little bit less off, although I will say that I could cover this up a third time, and I am not going to do that. Okay, I want to add a little bit of an accent to this though. Let's take that same dark brown. That is so sloppy looking. Okay, let's get the calendar written in. Oh, this calendar is janky. Why do I keep doing this? Why do I even bother making these calendars? It just seems like an exercise in futility for me. I don't even use it. This feels like I could be just doing this for the sake of like YouTube and Pinterest. This is looking super interesting at the moment. I'm going to draw some leaves. I am unsure about whether or not this entire do a monthly cover page is for me yet. I think this may turn out to be one of those things that I'm doing purely because I think that I'm supposed to, which is never worked out well for me. But for now, oh God damn it, more fucking glitter. For now, I am going to take this, oh, what color do I want? I'm going to take this brown and do my calendar list. I almost wrote October, I can't believe that. I just don't even know. So the first is a Wednesday. I know that much. So I'm going to use this light gray to highlight every Monday, so I know where the beginning of each week is. And I did some highlighting here for my kids will be at a retreat, and then my sister and brother-in-law will be staying with us. And then I had to do another one that's overlapping, which is my kids' break. So I just did that on the other side because I couldn't figure out where else to put it. All right, let me move my future log over. I'm going to just pull some things from my task list that didn't get done last week and add on some more things that need to be finished as well that I know about. Now we're going to get to the TV list for November, which I am not going to do right now because I don't know what shows we're going to be watching yet. So this month I am doing my Lettering Every Damn Day challenge, which you can find on my Instagram. And then this is a new one. I went hunting around on the internet for challenges because I really like doing the Inktober Spread. And this is Oodles of Doodles, and it is the Harry Potter edition. So I am going to give that one a try for this month. If you want to find this Oodles of Doodles, the person hosting it is at the.petite.planner. And because it is Harry Potter, I am going to bust into this new washi tape that I just got from Simply Gilded. It is the Harry Potter inspired one with like the lightning bolts and the moons on it. And I am going, and with the red and the gold, it also suits kind of the fall Thanksgiving-y theme. And I am going to use this to top and bottom the page. Top and bottom the page. That sounds like it could be something that if you looked it up in Urban Dictionary that it could be not quite so savory. Just saying. Now where's my palette knife? What I use to cut my washi? I can't find it. Everything is everywhere on my desk right now. My desk is an absolute mess. I'm not even counting the epic glitter explosion, but I'm just gonna use this old Starbucks card to cut the washi. And now my pen's sticking to it. Oh my god. I was so terrified that wasn't gonna fit. Good enough for me. So I'm gonna do this Oodles of Doodles the same way I did for Inktober, but I will do that after I get my Oh So Cute Doodles, which is the one I've been doing and drawing the little calendar out. And to find this challenge, you go to Oh So Cute Designs, and if you go to her Oh So Cute Doodles group on Facebook, I can't remember if it's Oh So Cute Doodles or Oh So Cute Designs, the group on Facebook. One of them will bring you there, and she has a PDF file. Oh my god. I am having trouble here. All right, so that is drawn in, all good to go. Challenges. So then we have this next spread, which is going to be the Oodles of Doodles. I should have put my habit trackers and stuff right here, but well, I'm just gonna do it this way instead. Now I can't tell you whether or not I liked how I did them this month previous, because as you can see, I didn't fill them in. So I'm gonna draw them again, and I'm gonna keep everything the same, and I'm gonna give it a try. For some reason, my hand was sticking on my desk. Maybe it's because it's sweaty from the nervousness of whether or not I'm gonna be able to do this right. fucking got off. You can see that right there. Damn it. Where is it? Where's my scribbles? Where's my scribbles that matter? It's not that I made a wrong count. I did the right count. It's not that I miscounted my squares. It's that when I was numbering them, I just, here right around the 15 area, I took up too much space. And now I am paying the price. All right, let's try this again, shall we? Whew. Holy crap, was that a freaking process? And then pain tracker. So here's my pain tracker, and I am going to use my mild liners as a scale from like okay to crappy. I'm gonna do red as the crappiest. Actually, we'll move to brown for the crappiest. Even my non-crappy times are still pretty crappy, so that way I can have that information for my doctor. And then the last thing I'm gonna draw in for this setup is my blood pressure tracker. Now I really liked this setup here, but I didn't use it because I couldn't find my tracker, and then the fires happened. So I have a tracker now, so I am going to draw this puppy back in again, and we will see how this drawing goes. If it is gonna give me any grief like the rest of this shit did, because holy crap, am I ready for this video to be over. I have had to cover up so much garbage at this point that I'm like, part of me just wants to throw the towel and be like, fuck you, bullet journal. I am not going to, because I am gonna persevere. I just pressed so hard on my fucking pen that I bent the nib. Hashtag heavy-handed problems. My camera stopped recording and I didn't notice. This has been a comedy of errors. Suffice it to say, I screwed up on this by making this too skinny, and I was like, fuck it, I'm not covering anything else. And then to keep this from being way too wide, I just drew this in because I was like, hell no, I don't care. Because that's where I'm at the moment. So I'm just gonna take this Tombow, this gray Tombow, and draw a divider in between each day for me to be able to take my blood pressure twice a day. This fucking blood pressure tracker is raising my blood pressure, so I am glad that it is done because I really want to just be done with this shit. So we have everything in here that I was going to put in here for right now. My bullet journal is done for the month of November, or at least where it's going to be for the month of November. I will continue to post weekly updates. And if you are interested in me doing a 1 month in my bullet journal sometime in the near future, let me know down in the comments. And I mean, have you had days like this where it feels like everything is going wrong when you're working on it? Let me know in the comments about that too. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.